Most of us have been living in isolation and have been working remotely. In a situation like this, communicating sometimes becomes really difficult, and it becomes really important for us to stay connected and communicate issues and inspire each other, even though virtually. With this, I would like to now introduce our next keynote speaker for the day, Ashish Bajaj, Head of Marketing, MediBuddy, who will be speaking on the topic Inspiring Teams, Working Remotely, New Leadership Rules. Sir, over to you.
Thanks, Neha. Thanks for having me. I think I will try my best to keep the bar as how Ajay sir did it. It was amazing listening to you, sir.
Very
So,
kind of you, Ashish.
sure, sir. Sure. So, but today I think moving on from how did we open the topic of being a leader in a new avatar and being a leader, and I think just to add to that point, it's a continuous response for any leader in terms of giving the scenario or giving the environment that keeps changing, ever changing. So moving on from there, I think it becomes quite important for all of us to understand that how we can inspire our teams, given the fact that we are living into, we've been saying this word for last 2.5 years. It's the new normal. Now, how do we do that? Basically, how do we inspire teams working remotely? Because I remember back, it was like it was a surprise to us as well. Surprise to see how suddenly the world changed for us. Suddenly everything was locked down. We were sitting at home and trying to understand how will we run our business, or how will we run into this space. uh, it was confusing knowing how does the health of how do I take care of my own health, how do I take care of my family health, and also what is happening in front of me, whether I be concerned about my job, whether I be concerned about my salary being the same or not. So I think wave one taught us a lot in terms of learning and unlearning for ourselves. Like also we mentioned, we have seen how digital transformations, not only for tech enabled categories or industries. I think we saw a lot of digital transformation happening in manufacturing as well. And I feel one of the uh, major mover in this situation where it helped all of us to learn new things. I think I should give credit to the virtual webinars that started happening between cross categories, banking taking learning from somewhere, manufacturing taking learning from somewhere. People were bringing out the whatever they have learned up till now and were sharing open platforms. I think that was one of the major impact that I feel that had happened between the organizations and the business industry on as a whole. So from there, I think work from office became work from home, or I think wave two taught us that we can sit in Himalayas or on the beach, making it to work from anywhere. Of course, it called for new strategies for all of us in terms of understanding how do we work, collaborate, and try to keep gaining the business momentum that we all want as an organizations. Like I said, it was a lot of emotions that had went through, not only for employees, employers, or even for all the leaders. Do I trust that my team is working, or do I feel that they are doing something else, or are they watching Netflix? I think these are the kind of questions that we might all heard around going into conversations, right? So were they working or doing Netflix and chill? So so how do we inspire our teams from there on? I think the first move that needs to be done is within the leaders, within the people who are leading teams, who are leading or showing vision to their team. I think these are the four top pointers I feel now are important. given the fact that we are working from home, we are working from in silos, we are trying to figure out more collaboration. We are trying to figure out how the communication can flow or the transparency can be maintained in these situations. Honestly, work from office was also a culture that started. So we have to adapt to work from home as a culture as well. And organizations who don't have cultural values is also a culture. So it becomes very important for the new age leaders is to have build strong company culture or cultural values within their teams. The major factor, because whatever we have seen in last 2 years is around health, it's around how am I feeling, it's around mental stress. So a leader, it becomes very very important for any leader to say have an empathy, and he or she has to understand the feeling of the team or an individual without even they saying so. Also, we might have heard people saying, oh, I'm not well. So it doesn't stop there. You have to take care of them, you have to keep checking on them, you have to make them feel that they are part of a team. And I think I'll quote Mr. Shiv here, and in one of his paper he said that the companies who took care of their employees during the pandemic saw a very less attrition, and the companies who couldn't saw a very high attrition. And he had quoted numbers as well into categories where he saw that IT sector saw around 25% or higher attrition. And moving on from empathy, I think the trust within the teams is also important for a leader to develop, because it's not more about you being face to face and having those conversations with your team. It's more about trusting the person in terms of on their face value, because they are also, there is a chance that they are also going through a lot different at their situations in personal life, in professional life. So trusting your teammates is a very important aspect of any leader. Plus, there used to be times when leaving the accountability to the team is also very very important. So the last thing that I want to leave all of you with is be the leader that you always wanted. So be the boss that you always wanted for yourself. And the minute you idealize this, I think it's gonna work wonders for your team, for your organization, and you can achieve greater heights. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. It was really insightful. Thank you so much.